I gave up the crown because I don't believe in wearing a crown from an organization that does not honor justice or does not have a purpose. I saw the contestants, how they were misled, and I could not bear it up and to wear that crown anymore. And I felt the entire world was against me. There was a time I felt like it was dark. There is no happiness, there is no hope. And it made me to go to depression, and it gave me, even twice I tried to commit suicide, but I was saved. Once it was my father, and once it was my very close friend. But then I realized, okay, I was saved. Twice I was saved. So that means there is a reason that I have to live.
They were of the opinion that if you don't have money, influence, or power, you shouldn't take part in beauty pageants. How do you feel about this?
I didn't come with any of this. Money, influence, nothing.
Welcome everyone, you're watching Conversations with Alanki. In today's episode of Conversations, I will be in conversation with a brave and beautiful woman who won the Mrs. World pageant in 2019, bringing much glory and pride to our island nation, Sri Lanka. However, sadly, she gave up the crown, hoping to stand up for justice. Today, I will be in conversation with the beautiful Caroline Jurie. Welcome, Caroline.
Hi, Alanki.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
How are you spending your days these days?
Busy with work and plans, Alanki, and I'm taking time and studying for empowerment projects also, and also with the small one. So
All
quite
right.
busy.
So, Caroline, you became Mrs. World in 2019, and then you gave up your crown
Yes.
after the controversial Mrs. Sri Lanka for Mrs. World pageant this year, a few months ago.
Yeah.
How did this event shape your life?
Alanki, I gave up the crown because I don't believe in wearing a crown from an organization that does not honor justice or does not have a purpose. So that made me more strong, my personality, because I saw the contestants, how they were misled, and I could not bear it up. And anyway, Alanki, life is full of challenges we have to face.
Absolutely.
And that gave me the strength to start a new journey. When I gave up the crown, I told to myself that I have to start a new journey, and from the beginning, and I was ready for it because I didn't feel right to wear that crown anymore.
How did it make you feel giving up this prestigious crown and title?
I actually felt really good, Alanki. I felt free. And I'm happy that I did that, Alanki. Because wearing a crown, you must have a purpose. And if there is no purpose, there is no point wearing a crown. So now I'm facing new challenges, and I believe that everything happened for good.
And Caroline, when this happened, there were many who took to social media to criticize you. And then later on, it turned around where many actually wanted to support you.
Yeah.
How did you deal with this?
Alanki, a lot of people looked at a video that was published on the social media platform, and they commented on what they saw. But they didn't know the real story, what happened, and how the 19 contestant was treated. So I don't blame them at all, Alanki. So, and also I read almost 100% of those comments.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did. And on my social media platform, and they are still there, Alanki. Because I have to tell you, Alanki, that I train myself, especially my mind, that every negative comments I turn it into energy, and every positive comments it gives me encouragement. And also, I have to tell Alanki, after the incident happened, there were people who got connected to me and supported me. So I have to say thank you so much to them, and especially my team. I must thank them. They work day and night with me. So I learned one thing in my life. Every negative comment I turn into energy, and every positive comment I turn into encouragement. And that's how I move forward in life.
And Caroline, when I remember, like, you have been quite vocal about the fact that you were at one point in life depressed and you were down. Is this something you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, of course. During like during my teenage years, that I have been a lot bullied a lot in school, especially in school, and there were time even in my workplace. So when you're teenage age of 16, I even gave up my netball career because I almost want to die with dengue. And it was a tough moment because I love sport, and I was playing with the Sri Lanka national club. So when doctor told to my mom that you have to stop because it's not good for me, I have to stop. There is no option. So I felt, okay, why it's always happening to me? Why I'm facing this such a young age? And I felt the entire world was against me. And there was a time I felt like it was dark. There is no happiness, there is no hope. And it made me to go to depression, and it gave me, even twice I tried to commit suicide, but I was saved. Once it was my father, and once it was my very close friend. But they didn't know what I was going to do at that time. So then I realized, okay, I was saved twice. I was saved. So that means there is a reason that I have to live, and there is a hope. So after that day, I started loving myself. I started believing myself. No matter what, you have to trust yourself, and you have to love yourself. That gave me the strength, the courage to move forward. And from that day onwards, I realized that every negative comments will give me the strength and to fight the journey, and help me to let me to climb mountains to achieve my dreams. So after that day only I realized I have to start loving myself. So that is how I turn into positive energy that I face.
That is truly inspirational. So you turned your journey with depression into
Yes.
positivity.
Yes.
That is very inspiring. I'm sure most of you who are watching this conversation would have come across someone who's affected by depression, with depression. So hopefully, Caroline's message would have helped someone who's watching this right now. Caroline, I mean, you are still the former Mrs. World.
Yeah.
What do you think of beauty pageants? Each girl is unique and beautiful in their own way. Do you think, I mean, after what you have witnessed, do you think girls should take part in beauty pageants?
Alanki, yes, girls are beautiful and unique in their own way. Now let's talk about sports. There are people who like sport and there are people who don't. Even beauty pageants, there are some girls who don't like beauty pageants. There are girls they like. So girls who like beauty pageant, this is a great platform. And I believe pageants can empower and have the strength to serve a purpose. So as long as there is transparency, as long as the system is correct, I believe, Alanki, we can bring more world crowns because we Sri Lankan ladies has the talent and we are capable to do it.
It's all
So
about finding a beauty with a purpose.
exactly, you have to. And like I said, Alanki, beauty pageants have the power to empower.
That is a great message. We will be taking a small break right now, but do stay tuned for the rest of the conversation. Welcome everyone to the second part of the conversation. I will continue this conversation over a cup of Viva with former Mrs. World Caroline Jurie.
Thank you.
Please do
Yeah,
enjoy
sure.
some.
Thank you.
So, Caroline, what qualities do you think a beauty queen should possess?
Alanki, it's all about beauty with purpose. Because,
Indeed.
because Alanki, the important segment of a pageant is the Q&A session. So from there, they will ask the contestant, what is your purpose? And it should be real. The crown needs to have a purpose and you need to stand for that purpose. So it's not only about the look, but it's most important the purpose you stand for.
That she has a real purpose.
Yes. So when you win the crown, you have to promise to the word that you said. So I would clearly say it's beauty with purpose, Alanki.
And I did have a conversation a few months ago with the other contestants
Yeah.
who took part in the pageant. And they were of the opinion that if you don't have money, influence, or power, you shouldn't take part in beauty pageants. How do you feel about this?
Alanki, I didn't come with anything of it.
Right.
When in a very young age, I was in overseas, and then I came back for the 2019. I came to Sri Lanka to compete the Mrs. Sri Lanka pageant, and I won that. And then in December, I won the Mrs. World pageant. I didn't come with any of this money, influence, nothing. So I would say we have to make sure the industry is not corrupted and you cannot buy with anything. And we need to believe and we need to check that this transparency is must. So if we also leave the industry like this, it will be in the same place, Alanki. We need to create a fair stage to everyone. And I believe, Alanki, by doing that, every contestant will not mislead.
You had a very interesting and very inspiring journey, Caroline, because, like you said, prior to becoming Mrs. Sri Lanka for Mrs. World and then going on to becoming Mrs. World, you had no such influence, no contacts whatsoever. What made you want to take part in this contest? And also, when you won Mrs. World, how did you feel?
Oh my God. It actually took me a month to realize that I won this title.
Because you were so excited.
Yes, and also because it was a very difficult journey, Alanki. I had no sponsors, and I almost almost didn't know that I will even make it to Mrs. Sri Lanka World event, Mrs. World event, because my visa got rejected 3 times. And even the dress I wore in the final round, it was made up with a very low cost material. But I'm so thankful to the university student who did my dress. But it didn't stop me to achieve my dreams and goals, Alanki. That gave me the strength and gave me the determined to compete, because the difficult journey what I went through, I didn't want to let anyone down.
Okay, moving on to the next question. As former Mrs. World and the platform that you've created for yourself, how would you like to give back? How would you like to use your position?
Alanki, it's all about the choices that you reach in your life and what you achieve, the goals, and in the journey, what you achieve. So you have, for me, when during my teenage, the depression, the depression, what I went through, it gave me hope to continue my journey. So that experience, I have to give it to the society so that someone else will learn. And that my journey is all about achieving your dreams and goals. And even no matter what you face challenges, I take it, every negative comments, I take it to positive energy. So as I said, I'm working on my empowerment projects a lot.
Tell us more about it.
Yes, so the team and I are busy with, we are working on our empowerment projects. So all the empowerment projects come under first step, and then first step is for woman and child. Under first step, there are two non-profit brands that we launched, and also it's a zero profit project we are working on it. So Jata is the brand was inspired by the singular word called Jatavar, the scarf you wear on your head.
The one you're wearing now.
Yes, right.
Okay.
So 100% of profit from sale of Jata goes to people who are bravely fighting cancer. Alanki.
Wow.
So when people do chemotherapy, they lose their hair, and especially the ladies, they lose their hair. And when they lose their hair, they wear a scarf on their head. So what we want is to make Jata a fashion statement.
That is so thoughtful.
Thank you, Alanki. So when we also wear Jata, people will not know if we are wearing for chemotherapy or if we are wearing for fashion. So by doing,
So you want to normalize it.
yes, so
Right.
that people who are bravely fighting cancer, they know that we are supporting them, and they know we are empowering them and giving them the strength mentally to fight this battle. So I got some Jata, so let me explain. Okay, this is the scarf. Since I'm wearing one, you wear it on your head, and you can do like so many designs the way you want. You can
Right.
tie it up. And we have another one, ready-made one. This is what I'm wearing, ready-made one. This is more easier. You just have to put it on your head.
It's
and
ready-made, so you just wear
tie
it. Okay.
So right now we're at the Gourmet Boutique, Alfred Place, Colombo 3. And then also Barefoot, they came forward, and they even kind of gave us the material, and they're also supporting us. So what we want is, Alanki, take this to international. And also we want, Alanki, that to help and give them the strength and grace by brothers wearing this Jata, so that they will also have a place in the society, so that when they also go out, like example, if I'm also wearing Jata, you're also wearing Jata, people will not know, right?
Basically giving them confidence to wear one.
to walk. Yeah, wear one, exactly.
That is so thoughtful.
Thank you. And also, there's a small gift for you. The team
thank
from
you.
Jata team.
Thank you. I will surely wear this.
Thank you so much, Alan.
Before we end the conversation, Caroline, is there any message you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, I want to say is, stand for the truth, and even if you have to lose the hardest thing what you get, if you have to give up, do it and stand for justice. And whenever you get a negative comment, turn it into positive energy. Dream and believe in yourself, love yourself, and achieve your goals. Nothing is impossible if you give your 100% effort. So that is my message to everyone. And be strong.
Thank you, Caroline. This was a very nice conversation. I know
you.
this was an interview that you're facing after quite some time.
Yeah.
So thank you for trusting me to have this
Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you for having me, Alanki.
You're welcome. And I wish you all the best with
Thank
Jata and anything that you wish
Yes.
to accomplish in the future.
Thank you. And also, Alanki, I want to give shout out to my team who work day and night with me. Thank you so much. Boom Stuti.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this conversation which I had with former Mrs. World, Caroline Jurie. I truly enjoyed having this conversation with her, and I hope all of you enjoyed watching this episode of Conversations with Alanki. I will be back with another episode. Until then, stay safe, take care, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting videos in the future.